Good morning, Ben. Wanted to share something super cool with you. If you remember, a while back, you and I kind of both decided almost at the same time that we're not quitting drinking because we don't think we have a problem or have lost or lose control. However, we both kind of agreed it's not worth getting drunk because you become somebody you're not. You start to say things that you wouldn't say if you were sober. And then the hangovers, you basically just start evaporating time. And I think both you and I kind of went through the process of, does Jesus want to see us like that? Is God's intention for us to be drunk? It says all throughout the Bible, don't be a drunkard. So we both kind of made the same decision that we are going to continue to have a drink or two socially, but not be drunk ever again in our lives, which is quite a huge leap. But we've been doing that for months. And one of the really funny things is I've always worn a nice outfit Saturday night because I go out for steak at the club here in the Bahamas. And then Sunday, I go to church. Well, when you go out for dinner, it's only like 2-3 hours. And then we go to church, it's 2-3 hours. So it always pained me to switch outfits because I'd wear it for a few hours that night and then have to find another one for church the next morning. And I'm lazy, so I'd like to wear the same clothes twice. Well, the reason I would change is because, one, way back in the day, I used to smoke cigarettes when I partied, so I stunk. So I had to change for that reason. Then round two came. In round two, I quit smoking cigarettes. So that wasn't a problem. However, I would still drink to the point where I'd get pretty mouthy, a lot more arrogant than even I'm capable of when I'm sober, which I work on every day, I promise. But more so, I didn't want to wear the same outfit to church the next day because what if somebody from the night before recognized me and said, oh, you're that guy I sat down at the bar at 11 o'clock at night with the mouth. And that's what I wanted to get away from. So yesterday I was getting dressed, or Sunday, I was getting dressed for church and put on the same outfit from the night before. I sat and kind of looked at myself in the mirror and thought, it's really cool that I get to go to church today. And even if somebody recognizes me from last night, they're going to see the same guy that was out for dinner and out for a cocktail as they're seeing sitting in the pew on Sunday. And I think that's what God wants from us, is that consistency to be both feet in of doing the right thing and being a good person, loving your neighbor, loving God. Instead of living these two lives where you got one foot in Babylon and one foot, leaning towards Jesus and trying to figure out how to be that version of yourself. So I sat looking in the mirror, thinking about that. And boy, if I had the opportunity to stand up, I'd tell the whole church this morning how relieved I am to be wearing that outfit from the night before. And sure enough, we haven't had this happen in months and months and months, but Pastor stood up and said, this church needs to start making some testimonies. So go ahead and take your turns, but I want to hear from y'all. I want to hear some testimony. I want to hear stories from you guys of where God's working in your life. And I just couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe I had the opportunity. So popped right up, went to the front of the church and shared that story with them. And it was really cool because, it brought tears to some of my friends' eyes that were there, that know me and know the journey I'm on. And it's pretty emotional for me as well. Surprisingly, I held it together. I usually can't hold it together when speaking in public about my faith. But just wanted to share that with you, brother. Probably one of the highlights of my entire life. So I love you. Hope you're having an awesome day also. Hope you had a good Sunday. And look forward to seeing your video.